Okay, hi you guys. Okay, so I'm doing this video because I actually was talking to one of my friends the other night, and this topic came up, and I we really have had several conversations about this topic, and it's fun. It's not funny. It is fun, not funny in that way, but just like interesting to hear other people's opinions. So let me say a little disclaimer. This is not how every person feels. This is my opinion. This is how I feel about this. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys. All you guys know that I am bisexual for the most part. I don't put it all over my page. I don't go too crazy with it. It is what it is. Like, I don't have to broadcast it every time I do a video. That's just my opinion. So, the fact of it is, my friend, she's a lesbian, and she is in a relationship right now. So I was saying, I was giving her hypothetical things like, well, what if you and this person broke up? Would you date a bisexual person? She's just like, her quote to me was, oh, if you got dick on your breath, I can't fuck with you. And that to me kind of was like, okay, like, I'm the type of person where I'm open to everybody's opinion. I'm open to everybody what they have to say. But at the same time, I do feel like in the lgBtq community, there is a lot of discriminatory actions against bisexuals. Like, you guys, particularly lesbians, they really do look down on bisexuals. From my own personal experience, for like as long as I can remember, I always heard a lot of lesbians say, I would never date a bisexual, they're nasty, they're this, they're that. And it's just like, okay, here's the thing. As an LGBTQ community person, or somebody who's in the community, we already get discriminatory, like, we already get discriminated against. There's already people talking down to us, about us, whatever. To come inside the community and for people to continue to talk about me, I'm going to say me, as a bisexual person, is very, like, sad. It's very disappointing to know that even in the community, I can't get the full support. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some lesbians who really, honestly, don't care. They're like, it is what it is. As long as you're not double dipping, which I've explained to you guys what I think double dipping is, and I don't fuck with it. It's like when you're fucking with somebody, like say you're fucking with a man, right? And you have a girlfriend on the side. And you're fucking with another dude and another girl. Like, that's double dipping, and that's too much. That is too much. It's too many STDs for that to be going around. It's too many. It's sexual. No. So anyway, I don't double dip. I'm a clean bisexual woman. I actually, go get tested. I take care of myself. I feel like some lesbians, they don't even take into consideration that, hey, I'm not just going to be around here opening my legs to everybody with a vag or a ding-ding. It's not that simple, and it's not cute. It's really not. So just knowing that, I personally feel like there's that wall that some lesbians sit up, and they're like, like, alright, whatever. That's your opinion. But at the same time, just remember, sweetie, a lot of lesbians started off with men. So don't do me, honey, when you can't do you, sweetie. Like, oh, Jesus. Like, I'm gonna fuck around and have a heart palpitation fucking around with these lesbians. Like, it's just so interesting to know that, God, like, why does it have to be so hard? Like, why can't lesbians just be cool? Like, I'm not saying all of you are like that. I'm saying there is a lot of lesbians that I have personally met who would just really be like down talking bisexuals. And I feel like that's why a lot of lesbians who are really bisexual don't come out as lesbian, because they're scared of the stigma that goes along with being bisexual. And at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter. I don't think it should if somebody's gay, lesbian, or bisexual, or transgender, however they identify. I feel like unless you're personally sleeping with them, I don't think you should generalize their who they are. You know what I'm saying? That's just like blaming everything that's ever happened to you by a bisexual, on one bisexual, by one bisexual, on all the bisexuals. It's kind of like unfair. It really is unfair. And it's just like, no, this is not, I'm not the first person to talk about this, and I won't be the last. But what I will say is, this is my opinion, and this is how I feel. I just don't think it's okay to do that. I don't think it's okay to discriminate. And you know what? Some of y'all lesbians, y'all be killing me. Y'all be like, oh, I'm a lesbian, but I'm sleeping with a guy so I can get pregnant. If I wasn't mistaken, where's my dictionary? Y'all think it's a fucking game. Shall we? Homosexual, lesbian. I'm really like real life about to look this up. I know what a homosexual is, but let's read the definition. Because some of y'all misunderstand it. Look at that. Having sexual desire for those of the same sex. A homosexual person. Right? Right? I don't think lesbian's in here because that's all one word to them. Homosexual, lesbian. Wait. Oh no, almost. My bad. It's not in here. Oh, yes it is. It just says a female homosexual. So the definition I just gave you for homosexual, use that for that. But in my definition, in my world, I don't see you as a full lesbian if you're having sex with a man, sweetie. Let's be honest. There's other ways to do it. There's other ways to do it, honey. So don't tell me you're nasty when you're doing what you're saying I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I just never got that. Like, how do you still identify as lesbian and you're having sex avidly, like regularly, with a man? And it's just like, you know what? There's so many flops in the community. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. There's some flops in the community, and it's just like, we should be so much stronger than we are, and we should be so much close-knit than we are, and we should be so much more supportive of each other than we are showing other people. Like, seriously, we already got the whole world against us. Like, why is our own world against us? And it's just sad to know that when you come into your community, you still gotta be like, you know, I still have to defend myself. I can't relax and just be. It's really sad. And it's like, it's just like that, what was it called? When they were like, oh, her stud stuff is nasty, or whatever they said. And it's like, I don't care. Is you happy? That's all that matters. I've always been that way though. So anyway, as a community, we should be one. We should be a whole. There should be no discriminatory, disrespectful remarks towards each other. But I feel like at the end of the day, no matter how many positive people, there could be 8 billion positive people, and there'll always be that group, that little 10 of negatives, or people who will always be like, this or that. And it's just like, it's also a maturity factor. I feel like a lot of younger people say things, even some of the older ones actually. So honestly, maybe I should take that back. Maybe it's not age, it's a maturity factor. You can be 25 and be acting like a 70-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Maturity wise, like, it's a maturity, it's a growth. No, people will not always agree, and there are some people who will not agree with a damn thing I'm saying in this video, and that's fine. That is your prerogative. That's your option to not agree with me. But at the end of the day, I do think it's important that we all try our best to respect each other, to not be disrespectful to one person's orientation, one person's decisions, one person's way that they love. Now, I digress. So anyway, but if anybody has anything to say about that issue that I just finished talking about, please do leave a comment. You can even do a video response. I would encourage it. Because I just wanna, I would like to hear what people think, if they understand where I'm coming from, and if they think the way I think about that situation. Especially like lesbians and other bisexual women or men. And let me, before I forget, you know what? Even some bisexuals discriminate against other bisexuals. Let me tell you what I mean. I really do feel sorry for bisexual men. Like, they get the worst end of the stick from straight women and bisexual women. They're like, you're bisexual, right? Say, okay, I'm gonna use an example. I'm gonna say, hypothetically, if I met somebody and he was bisexual, I am bisexual. Okay, how am I gonna say to him, I can't fuck with you because you're bisexual? You understand what I'm saying? But I'm bisexual. He's doing the same shit I'm doing, but I can't mess with him because he's bisexual. I've seen that a lot. A lot of bisexual women will not mess with bisexual men. They'll be like, oh my god, you sucked a dick, you did this and you did that. It's like, he could say the same thing, you ate a pussy. It's the same thing to me. And it's just like, so far as he knows, you've been sucking other dicks too. So, the fuck? So, I'm not gonna lie, I used to do it, but then I matured in that area and just thought, you know what? At the end of the day, you would stop somebody from loving you because they sucked another penis. Like, you know what I'm trying to say, right? I feel like if y'all are clean, y'all done got tested, nobody has anything, you should act like that shit didn't happen. You should really not even know about it, honestly. And that's what I personally don't ask about when I get with somebody, their past sexual experiences. We go get tested, and you clean, I'm clean, good. I don't want to know. For what? It's not going to change my life. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, Jesus. So anyway, if you have anything to say about that part of it, because I'm done talking about it now. So anyway, moving on to my randomness. Tell me how come I got a motherfucking ticket. Damn. So, the police officer, okay, let me tell you guys a story. I was driving back from my friend's house. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And as soon as I passed the police officer, I knew I was going to get pulled over. I was like, fuck. Because I didn't see him until it was too late. You know how you try to slow down, like, I'm just playing, I'm not going hella fast. I was already going fast before. So, I passed him up. He pulls me over. He had an attitude already. He was not a happy camper. And you know me, I'm not going to encourage attitudes. So I was being very polite, very cooperative. I did anything he asked me to do. He was just like, do you know how fast you were going? I was like, no, he goes, do you know the speed limit? I was like, 35. And he's like, 25. And I'm like, yikes. So he's like, do you know how fast you were going? I was like, 35. And he was like, 45. I was like, damn. So he was like, he had an attitude all night. So he's like, give me your license, your registration. I ended up leaving my license by accident at my friend's house. And I was like, fuck me, yo. So he was like, well, just give me your registration and your license number. And then, you know, I can run your plates. At the time, my registration hadn't been paid yet. I digress. So DMV had told me I had till December, even though it was due in August or September. They were like, well, you have till September to pay it off before your car is like late and you know, can't drive it. So I'm like, okay. So he goes, checks it, tells me, well, I got good news and bad news. I was like, can I just hear the bad news? He's like, well, you got 3 violations. I was like, shit. And I was like, well, what's the good news? He's like, oh, but I'm not going to give you a ticket. Okay, in my mind, a violation is a ticket. You have to pay it. I digress. So, turns out I got a violation for having my high beams on, for speeding, and for not having my registration paid at the time. So, the next day I told my mom what happened, and she paid my registration for me. Thank God. Thank God. So, they sent me a ticket yesterday. Why is that shit $568? Oh, Jesus. When I tell you, I almost fell on the damn floor looking at that paper. And they were like, oh, but it's $200 and something, $263 if you prove your registration's paid. So I gotta get a course. I'm trying to see if I can like fight it, because I've been a good driver. I've been driving since I was 20. Well, 19 going on 20, because I got my driver's license 2 years before I was 19. I mean 2 months before I turned 20. So I'm trying to see if I can fight it and go to court and be like, I'm a good driver. I don't speed like that. I don't, you know, go cray cray. I've never had a DUI. I've never not paid my registration the whole I haven't had a car for 5 years. I've had a car for like the past 3 years. I've always made sure my license was up to date. You know what I'm saying? I've been a good upsetting citizen. So I don't know if you can fight those things, but somebody was telling me on Facebook something about it, but I'm so over this fucking ticket. I'm so over this fucking ticket. I'm so over it. But I think that's it. This video wasn't too much cray cray. Like, it was more of a not serious, but it was a topic I really had on my mind, and I really had to get it off my chest. So once again, if you guys can tell me something about that ticket business, that would be nice. Okay, so, and makeup wise, there is no tutorial for this look. But I saw this picture on Facebook and I kind of just wanted to recreate it. So I just did something together, and that's what I came up with, really. I'm not going anywhere. I just want to sit around the house and be pretty. Sit all fancy. I think that's about it, you guys. Like I said, if you guys have anything to say about anything I have said on the video today, feel free to comment, make a video, message me, yeah, do whatever's clever. But I think that's it for now. So you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.